Good day and welcome to the channel. Here you'll find a little bit of everything, but today I'm testing out how well integrated graphics work for the early access game Disney Dreamlight Valley. Dreamlight Valley has been available in early access since September of 2022, with a proposed full release later in 2023. The game is currently available on the Microsoft Store, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, Epic Game Store, Steam, PlayStation, and the Mac App Store. Here are some basic specs of the system I'm running the game on. A Ryzen 9 6900HX mobile processor with 32 GB of DDR5 RAM. 8 GB of that RAM is dedicated for use as VRAM by the integrated Radeon 680M graphics. Keep in mind that integrated graphics performance varies across different CPUs, so you may not get quite the same results. This video is simply for reference. Looking at the system requirements as listed on Steam, Dreamlight Valley's minimum GPU requirement is a GeForce 9600 GT or Radeon HD 6750. Seeing as the 9600 GT was released 15 years ago, I expect the game to be very forgiving on a modern chip, even an integrated one. Before we begin, I just want to clarify that I'm not a big frame rate snob. My opinion will largely be based on how well the game looks and feels while I play it, and not what FPS I'm able to maintain. For people that like the numbers though, I'll show those towards the end of the video. If you can, try and watch this video in 1080p resolution to really get a feel for how the game looked to me while I played it. As expected, the game runs really well. The stylized graphics don't appear to be super demanding on the system. The Disney character models look awesome and are nostalgia-inducing. Most of the light-producing objects in the game don't cast shadows, which makes things easier on the system. The shadows that do exist, though, look good and sharp as appropriate. The plants and grass are fairly simple, but look good in the context of the cartoon world. Without looking at the numbers, the game feels very playable. Speaking of numbers, though, let's have a look. For context, I was playing the game using the PC Very High graphics preset. At the top right of the screen, you'll see some detailed system information with the frame rate at the top of the list. I was actually a little surprised when I first saw the FPS, as it felt a little higher than that to me when I was playing. You'll see the game seems to hang out in the 40 to 45 frames per second range, but it dips down into the low 30s on occasion. To see how much of a difference it would make, I adjusted the graphics preset down to PC High, and the game hung around 50 frames per second afterwards, jumping up to 60 while inside houses. Overall, I'd consider this game to be very playable on integrated graphics. My 680M is one of the top integrated GPUs out there right now, but this title doesn't require it. There is a lot of wiggle room in the graphics settings of the game that I'd wager Dreamlight Valley would run well even on older chips. Thanks very much for watching, and if you like the content, hit subscribe.